Hi there, friends. So let's talk about some special scenarios that can happen with some compound inequalities. First, I want to take a look at what is a set. A set is a collection of things, right? You might own a set of something. So let's look at this set of numbers 1 through 10. Well, a subset can also happen. So in this case, the subset is even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And what happens is this subset is included in this set of numbers. It is part of this. Okay, and so here we have that the even numbers are subset or included in the regular original set of numbers. Okay, so you can write included, or they are the subset of the first. Okay, now how does this relate to inequalities? So you can solve each of these, and this is an OR inequality. I'm going to add 7, get that 20, divide by 5, and we're going to end up with x is less than 4. You know I didn't do all the math. You can see it. Over here, I'm going to subtract the 3. I'm going to get 8 on that side, which means I'm going to divide by a -4, which means I'm going to flip. And so I'm going to end up with -2. Okay. So we have these two answers. X is less than -2 and x is less than 4. So if I graph those solutions, that x is less than 4 and x is less than -2, I have graphs that look like this. And this was the example or the way the book was going to show it. But let's actually put these answers on the same number line, because that's what we're going to do. So x is less than -2 and x is less than +4. Well, less than also continues this way. And so what happens is one of these is a subset of the other. In other words, all the numbers here are included in both parts of the answer. And everything for x is less than -2 is included already in the answer of x is less than +4. So our x is less than -2 is a subset or already included in the x is less than 4 because it is already included in that answer. Okay, it is a subset. It is already part of the answers. Is -4 included in x is less than 4? Yes. And so this x is less than -2 is sort of redundant, okay? And so they overlap, and so we have what's called a subset. Okay, our graph still looks like this, and they're both still going to continue to decrease forever and ever, but they overlap and continue in the same direction. Okay, so at this point in time, go ahead and pause the video. Try solving both of these inequalities for the OR and graph and see if you get a subset answer. When you're ready, press play again to see if your answer is correct. So when you solved over here, you added 5, so you have 8. You divided by 2. There weren't any negatives or a reason to flip. So we have x is greater than 4. Here we subtract 7, and by subtracting 7, we're going to get a -32. Here we're going to divide by a -4, which is going to cause our symbol to flip. And a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And so we have x is greater than 8. So if we create a number line, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. x is greater than 4, and x is greater than 8. The x is greater than 8 is a subset of already of x is greater than 4. This one has a greater amount of numbers, and so the subset is the smaller portion that is already included in these answers. All right, hopefully you did a great job. Go ahead and